Most AI UGC looks fake, kills conversions, and can only convince boomers. Wrong. I'm going to show you today how we are able to scale this brand, and this brand's ad account using AI UGC that can even convince the younger generation, not just boomers. Okay, so just press play.
Whoever picked up a natural...
She's not real.
Oh, really?
She's AI.
I thought it was real.
Really? That's none of it's real.
What? How is that possible?
My name is Camilo and I run Epic Ads Lab, where we make ad creative for some of your favorite brands so they can scale past bottlenecks in their ad account. I also run a video editing community with over 550 video editors, so I'm at the forefront when it comes to making content. And we've made hundreds of AI UGC videos, iterated the process, learned from our mistakes, and I'm gonna give you exactly the pathway to make AI UGC that actually scale. Now here's the difference between a brand that's stuck and a brand that's scaling. The brand that's stuck uses a random ChatGPT prompt and say, write a script for my brand. A scaling business, how we do it is we do a lot of research up front. We look at questions that people ask, Reddit forums, TikTok comments, and we put all that information in a table that looks like this, where we find pain points, desires, what language they use, things they complain about, what the majority of people talk about, and what do they actually sound like. We take all that information and then using AI, we compile it so that the script that we make speaks directly to them. Because if somebody listens to something that speaks to them, whether it is in a robotic voice or an AI voice, it doesn't matter as long as it speaks directly to them. That's what a lot of brands are missing. So once we get all that information turned into a script, I'm going to show you exactly how we make sure that the AI UGC we create looks authentic enough to fool young people. Now, I've tried every single AI generator that exists. You can even watch this video here where I break it down. And the one that we actually choose every time, because they have the best lip syncing, because the creators look authentic, and because they generate AI fast and have good voices, is actually Arcads. So here I'm on Arcads, and this is one of the projects that we did for our clients that actually generated a ridiculous amount of return for them. So let me show you kind of what this looks like.
Moms, if your child has a lot of self-doubt.
Now, for the trained eye, if you look very closely, you can notice some things that are different. But given that, the lip syncing on Arcads is 80, and this is the only reason that we use it. Now, before we actually export Arcads, let me show you how we managed to get the text to sound authentic, to have the right breaks, and to make it so that when you do produce it, it doesn't sound so fake in AI UGC. So for this exact product, we're looking at self-doubt. And you can see here, the hook is, seeing my daughter struggle with self-doubt broke me. Now, the reason we have this hook here is because in our research, we found that parents worry a lot about their children about having bad mental health, and self-doubt is the key word that we found. Once we have copied and pasted our script, I'm going to now select an actor. Now, when you're looking for an actor, you want to look for firstly somebody that matches your ICP, your ideal client profile. You don't want to show a man talking about period products or lingerie if it doesn't match the people that are buying your product. So for this reason, I was looking for a female for this therapy journal who was a bit older, and we found this lady, Zoe. Now, I can actually search Zoe, and you can see Zoe comes up many times, and she is doing different things every single time. Now, she's sitting, she's in the bathroom, she's in the car, depending a lot on the product that you're selling. But we thought, okay, well, since we're talking about a therapy journal that also has coaching in an app, we want her to be on a phone.
I'm one of the natural AI actors you can use for your ads.
And you can see just from the preview, you clearly see how good her voice synchronization is. So I'm going to just click on her. I'm going to click add actors. Now, adding the actor and having the script is part of it. But the most important thing that a lot of brands miss out trying AI UGC is making sure the audio matches. So if I click play here.
Seeing my daughter struggle with self-doubt broke me. I never thought 7 minutes a day would transform my daughter until I got this for her.
So that voice sounds like someone who is a lot older, and it makes sense for this one to match the person that was on it. Now, one of the most important things is making sure it doesn't sound too much like a robot. And you can see what we did here is that these are the hooks. Hook 1, hook 2, hook 3, hook 4, hook 5. We did the hooks in quotes. When you do it in a quote inside Arcads, it separates the audio a lot better, and she actually pauses properly at the end. If you use a comma or you don't have any punctuation, the AI voice completely just goes into the next one. I can show you the difference here. So listen to this one first.
Seeing my daughter struggle with self-doubt broke me. I never thought 7 minutes a day would transform my daughter until I got this for her.
Okay, and if I take off the punctuation, I just have this like that, like most people just throw it in.
Seeing my daughter struggle with self-doubt broke me. I never thought 7 minutes a day would transform my daughter until I got this for her.
It kind of flowed together in. And if you put a full stop.
Seeing my daughter struggle with self-doubt broke me. I never thought 7 minutes a day would transform my daughter until I got this for her.
It sounds different. Now, there are 5 different settings that you can change in the voiceover section. It's very similar to the function on 11 Labs. And what it does, you can change the speed, which basically change how quickly somebody speaks. So if I increase this by 1.35.
Seeing my daughter struggle with self-doubt broke me. I never thought 7 minutes a day would transform my daughter.
Stability controls the consistency of the voice. One of the things that I found a lot while making AI UGC creatives, one of the biggest mistakes we made was that sometimes the voices sounded so monotone, so boring, and it was because there was no inflection and no change in what they were saying. Let me show you what that looks like. So if I increase this to the maximum, by the way, every time you press play, it generates the voice again.
Seeing my daughter struggle with self-doubt broke me. I never thought 7 minutes a day would transform my daughter until I got this for her.
In my opinion, the more stability you have, the more consistent it sounds, and the lower the stability.
Seeing my daughter struggle with self-doubt broke me. I never thought 7 minutes a day would transform my daughter.
She increases her inflection at some points and not in others. Personally, I like the stability to be a little bit on the low side because it makes it variable. That's how people speak. Like, no one speaks perfectly every single time. Now, that's only part of it. I'm now going to show you some of the best performing AI UGC videos that we have done for our clients. I'm going to explain to you why we edited them in the way that they did and how that is responsible for the results. Okay, so here is the one that scaled for this brand.
Moms, if your child has a lot of self-doubt and constantly criticizes themselves, check this out. My daughter used to be so hard on herself. When I saw her, she was always criticizing every little thing about herself. It broke my heart to see her struggle like that. I knew I had to help her, but there's millions of things online that claim to help your mental health, and I didn't know what worked and what was a scam.
So you see, what we did in this edit is we used the AI UGC creator as the one telling the story, but we cut back and forth between lots of B-roll, examples of other people using it. We really created an entire narrative around the creator rather than just letting the creator talk about the product, blah, 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 blah. And that's how we make sure that in our edits, especially for this type of creative, which is more top of funnel, we are educating somebody properly through it, using the creator as a human-like person to tell a full story. And we tried different hooks with her that you can see. Here's another one.
As a mom, the last thing you want is for your kid to battle negativity inside their own head.
Here's another one that crushed.
This is what I ordered versus what I got. I ordered this sonic toothbrush because it looked really modern and sleek online, and it's self-cleaning base.
So what we did here is a green screen effect. So we took the creator and we put her at the bottom of the screen, which makes it look a lot like content that you end up seeing online, where somebody actually reviews something. So it looks native to the platform and not so out there and not only focusing on her just speaking to the camera. Another one that's scaled for our client. If you're an ice fisher in Wisconsin, check this out.
If you're tired of freezing on the ice in Wisconsin while waiting for a bite, check this out. It's ice fishing season and the wind is icy enough to cut through your layers like a knife and make you shiver, which makes it hard to focus, and most people end up rigid from their bulky layers. But thousands of people are switching from their layers and big coats to this high-tech vest to stay warm, focused, and agile. With the touch of a button, you get instant warmth for those more.
You see, we're cutting back and forth from the creator as she tells the story, as opposed to just having her speak the whole time. And this one was a very targeted ad to the people of Wisconsin, which had a very icy period when we launched the ad. Now, I have to tell you again why we used ArcAds as the AI UGC generator for this. But even if you did the research, even if you found the right creator, got a very good editor to edit it in a narrative way, you don't know what's going to scale until you click this video to learn what metrics to look at in your ad account. And look, if you want a free consultation as to how you can scale your ads, you want to click the link down below. And with that being said, I'll see you in the next one.